As we move through our 60s, something interesting happens. Our face shape changes, our hair texture softens, and the styles that once lifted us may suddenly start weighing us down. An outdated haircut doesn't just affect how you look, it affects how you feel. But the good news is that most of the signs are incredibly easy to fix once you know what to look for. So today, we're diving into 7 of the most common hairstyle issues women over 60 face, and the simple shifts that can help you look refreshed, elevated, and beautifully in tune with who you are right now. The first sign your hairstyle might be outdated is when the length drags your face down instead of lifting it. As we age, the natural contours of the face soften. The jawline isn't as sharp, the cheeks become less full, and the neck may not feel as tight as it once did. When your hair is too long or sits heavily below your shoulders, it has a downward pull that subtly exaggerates this softness. Many women cling to their longer hair because it once felt youthful, romantic, or simply familiar. But what used to enhance your features can now create the opposite effect. Not because long hair is bad, but because our features change. If you've noticed that your hair feels flat, heavy, or shapeless, or that it hangs in a way that seems to elongate your face rather than brighten it, this may be the reason. Long, unlayered styles tend to lose movement over time. And when hair loses movement, it also loses energy. The result is a look that feels heavier, duller, and older. The easiest fix isn't a dramatic chop, it's introducing soft, strategic movement. That could mean subtle face framing layers, a gentle shoulder-length cut, or even a long bob that schemes your collarbone. These shapes restore balance and create that beautiful lift effect that so many women crave. When the ends of your hair sit at or above the clavicle, it naturally highlights your neck and gives the illusion of a more defined jawline. Another solution is reducing bulk, not length. Thinning out heavy areas, especially around the bottom, can lighten the hair visually without taking away inches. This gives the hair back its natural flow, almost like letting it breathe again. If you're not ready for a significant shift, you can start with a small trim that resets the shape. Even a 2-inch change can transform how the hair moves around your face. The key idea is this: your hair should lift you, not pull you down. When the movement returns, the youthfulness returns. You feel lighter. You look brighter. And suddenly, your reflection feels more like the woman you've always been inside. Now moving on, the second sign of an outdated hairstyle is when there's no visible shape or structure. One of the most common concerns women share after 60 is, "My hair just sits there." This usually isn't because the hair is damaged, it's because the haircut has lost its structure. A good cut should guide your hair into a flattering silhouette, even on days when you barely style it. But without shape, the hair tends to spread out, puff at the sides, or collapse at the top, creating a look that feels older and uninspired. As hair goes through hormonal changes, volume doesn't behave the way it used to. The crown might flatten, the sides might widen, and if the ends are cut straight across with no layering, the entire style can start resembling a helmet instead of a soft frame. This is where shape becomes essential. Think of structure as your hairstyle's architecture. It gives lift where you want it, usually at the crown, while removing weight where you don't, typically around the lower sides. When the shape is right, your facial features look more open, your cheekbones become more visible, and your hair naturally falls in a youthful, effortless way. What's the fix? Layers, texture, and smart contouring. Subtle layers around the crown can create gentle height. Curved layers that follow the natural line of your cheekbones can add softness and femininity. A slightly angled cut can elongate the neckline and draw attention upward. You don't need anything dramatic, just a cut that works with your hair rather than against it. Ask your stylist to carve out a shape that matches your face rather than simply trimming the ends. And remember, a great haircut looks good on its own. You shouldn't need half a dozen products to make it behave. When structure is restored, your whole appearance shifts. It's like your haircut suddenly wakes up and remembers what it's meant to do. And so do you. Next, the third sign your hairstyle might be aging you is when your bangs are working against your features instead of enhancing them. Bangs can be magic, or they can be mayhem. The right bangs soften fine lines, open the eyes, and add dimension to the face. But the wrong bangs can create harsh lines, accentuate shadows, and add unnecessary heaviness. Many older women end up with bangs that are too blunt, too thick, or cut straight across in a way that looks dated. Blunt bangs can be particularly tricky. They create a horizontal line across the forehead, which can shorten the face and highlight wrinkles instead of blending with them. On the other hand, bangs that are too thin can look wispy and accidental, making the style appear unfinished. A youthful bang isn't about hiding, it's about framing. The most flattering option for women over 60 tends to be soft, feathered, side-swept, or curtain-style bangs. These create movement and gently blend into the rest of the hair. They open up the face while still giving a touch of coverage, and they highlight the eyes in a subtle, elegant way. Another key factor is placement. Bangs that sit too high or too low can change the perception of your features. The most natural, face-flattering bangs sit just below the eyebrows, curving gently around the forehead. They move with you. They breathe. If your bangs aren't doing any of this, if they feel heavy, flat, or disconnected from the rest of your hair, then it may be time for a refresh. A simple softening or reshaping can instantly modernize your entire look. And once bangs complement your features rather than compete with them, you'll notice a remarkable difference. Another sign worth discussing is when the color no longer matches your skin tone or hair texture. Hair color plays a massive role in whether your overall look feels fresh or outdated. As our skin tone shifts with age, becoming softer, cooler, or sometimes more neutral, the shades that once looked radiant may now wash us out or create harsh contrast. This doesn't mean you need dramatic color changes. It simply means your hair needs to harmonize with who you are today. Colors that are too dark can create a heavy frame around the face, deepening shadows and emphasizing lines. Overly warm shades can highlight redness in the skin, while overly cool tones can make the complexion look dull or tired. Even blonde can be tricky if it becomes brassy or too pale. Texture matters too. As hair becomes finer or more delicate, solid blocks of color can make it appear flat. Multidimensional shades, soft highlights, and gentle lowlights now become your best friends. They create depth and movement while subtly brightening your features. A simple update, like adding a softer highlight around the face, can make your skin look healthier and your hair more alive. The goal isn't dramatic transformation. It's harmony. As we continue, the fifth sign is when your hair lacks movement and feels overly stiff or overly poofy. Movement is one of the biggest markers of youth in a hairstyle. When hair swings, flows, and lifts naturally, it looks fresh and alive. But when it becomes stiff, rigid, or overly styled, it instantly feels older. Overuse of hairspray, teasing, or dated styling techniques can create a helmet-like effect. On the opposite end, hair that's too limp or weighed down by products can cling to the head in a way that feels lifeless. To bring back movement, cut away excess bulk, remove weight at the ends, and reintroduce layers that encourage flow. Blow dry with gentle lift at the roots, not intense backcombing. Use flexible styling products instead of stiff ones. A little bit of movement goes a long way toward making you look and feel vibrant. Now let's take a look at the sixth sign. When you're holding on to a hairstyle you've had for decades, there's comfort in familiarity, but sometimes familiarity can keep us stuck. Many women over 60 stay loyal to the hairstyle they loved in their 40s or 50s. But fashion evolves, our features evolve, and our hair evolves too. What once felt modern may now feel like a timestamp from years past. This doesn't mean abandoning your identity. It means letting your hairstyle grow with you, honoring who you are today instead of who you were then. Even a subtle update, a new shape, a lighter fringe, a softened texture, can bring your style into the present while still feeling authentically you. The goal isn't radical change. It's graceful evolution. And finally, the seventh sign is relying on volume in all the wrong places. Volume is essential, but placement matters. Many older women try to compensate for thinning hair by adding too much volume at the sides, creating width rather than lift. This can make the face appear fuller and the overall style outdated. The most flattering volume sits at the crown, not the sides. Crown height elongates the face and gives an instant lifting effect. Soft volume around the top and back creates elegance and dimension without adding unnecessary width. Avoid heavy styling at the sides, and focus on gentle lift at the root. A small shift in volume placement can give your entire look a youthful, modern energy. Updating your hairstyle isn't about chasing trends. It's about choosing shapes, textures, and colors that support the woman you are now. Tiny adjustments can make a world of difference in how you look and feel every single day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.